planet Dolan.
From driving across dwarf planets to playing cards being used as currency, we count 10 awesome facts that will change your life.
Number 10.
The size of Pluto. The last few years have shed some interesting light on the loneliest heliocentric body in our solar system, Pluto. Compared to the Earth, this dwarf planet is not only smaller than our moon, but it could fit inside a map of Australia. The biggest planet in our solar system, gang, is Jupiter, who is a whopping 69 times bigger than little old Pluto. Pluto is roughly 736 miles in diameter, which would take around 12 hours to drive across in a car. However, the car would take 6,200 years to get from Earth to Pluto at the same speed. Its teeny tiny size is nothing compared to the Earth, so it's no wonder why Pluto was kicked out of the Planet Club.
Number 9.
10% of people on Earth can't read. According to the CIA, there are a lot of human beings on Earth who still haven't learned to read or write. 10% of Earth's population, which roughly equates to 713 million people, are illiterate. In places like Afghanistan, only 38% of all its citizens can read. Printed words, or hieroglyphs if you're ancient Egyptian, are one of the oldest traditions of communication. Without literacy, there would be no books or blogs, and no Google. Knowledge is a powerful tool. As Mark Twain once said, "The man who does not read has no advantage over the man who cannot read."
Number 8.
1 sperm in 1.2 billion wins the race. Traditional pregnancies begin with an age-old race of man sperms to a lady egg. Let's just assume we know how the sperms got there. When males ejaculate, they expel over 40 million sperm cells. Each microscopic sperm then races around, frantically trying to be the first to conquer the female's egg. The more sperm in the race, the higher the chance of successfully making babies. Most likely, you were the winner of this race. Reproduction is a fierce competition in the sperm world, and you single-handedly outswarmed up to 1.2 billion other competitors. Nice work.
Number 7.
France still beheaded people when Star Wars premiered. In 1977, Star Wars premiered in cinemas around the world. At the same time, France was still executing criminals in barbaric public displays. The last execution by guillotine took place in beautiful Marseille on September 11, 1977, the day before Episode 4, A New Hope, celebrated its French premiere. A young man named Hamida Djandoubi was the last to endure death by guillotine for the crime of killing his lover, Elisabeth Bosquet. The guillotine was put out of action by the end of 1977, and 3 years later, a Star Wars sequel struck back into cinemas.
Number 6.
No food is naturally blue. We might enjoy a blue-colored cocktail or a delicious blue cupcake every now and then, but somehow this incredible blue pigment rarely occurs naturally. The reproduction of plants is often a chemical reaction of its environment. Some people suggest that nature advertises its food by amping up the contrasting colors of green leaves, such as bright red tomatoes and vibrant yellow lemons. Hungry foragers are more likely to notice a bright, colorful fruit, making blue a less noticeable color. Blueberries seem to be the only ones who can pull off a blue look, though a lot of people argue they are mostly purple.
Number 5.
Coffee will not dehydrate you. It is often believed that coffee will dehydrate your body, but apparently this isn't true. Some people may experience the need to excuse themselves to the bathroom after drinking coffee, and this is due to the diuretic properties of caffeine. But the amount of liquid you may or may not pee out after a cappuccino doesn't exceed the amount of liquid that you are consuming. This doesn't mean coffee is better than a glass of water. Caffeine can still have side effects like insomnia and headaches. Better yet, just have a nice glass of water with your next iced latte mocha frappuccino.
Number 4.
You are 99% empty. Everything and everyone is made up of countless tiny little atoms, and an atom is mostly just empty space. Only 1% of an atom is made up of things: protons, electrons, and neutrons. What's in the other 99%? Empty nothingness. Our bodies are formed entirely by these atoms, meaning that we are in fact mostly just empty, vibrating energy beams, using the technology of our eyes and brains to understand the atoms of other people, who are also just vibrating fields of energy. The atoms we are made up of are confined to act a certain way, so unfortunately, we can't just walk through walls or turn invisible on command.
Number 3.
We can see through time. Light has a speed limit, so when we see a star twinkling in the sky, that twinkle may have taken hundreds, or even thousands of years, to reach your eyeballs. The light from nearby star Betelgeuse takes about 640 years to hit our eyes. So, we're seeing that star exactly as it looked during the 1300s on Earth. This works with planets too. When we see a distant planet 1 million light years away, we're actually seeing the planet as it was 1 million years ago. If aliens were watching us from other planets, they might see Earth as it was in the dinosaur era.
Number 2.
Humans floating in space for 15 years. The International Space Station has been inhabited by at least one person ever since November 2000, and has hosted over 220 astronauts and space tourists. For 15 years, humans have been continuously spinning around our planet, 15 times per day. Life in zero gravity is a bit different to Earth. There are no showers and everything gets recycled, including toilet waste. The effects of living in space for humans are still being researched, so that we can one day safely send people to Mars and beyond. You can see the International Space Station flying across the sky without a telescope, if you know where and when to look.
Number 1.
Canada used playing cards as money. Back when parts of Canada were actually France, playing cards had to be used as money due to a scarcity of metallic money in the colonies. Between 1685 and 1729, metal coins were brought to the French colony by boat and were distributed among traders for their goods. But nobody wanted to give up their coins, so they continued to pay and hide. The coins were being hoarded, and the boats delivering more coinage couldn't keep up with the demand. In the meantime, the king gave out signatured playing cards, which people could cash in when the next boat arrived. Unfortunately, these days, playing cards will no longer get you your next beer, or pay your mortgage. You know, as a Canadian, I never even knew that. Learn something new every day at Planet Dolan.
Did you enjoy the video? That's fantastic! Did you know we still have a gaming channel, Collaborative? It's for Planet Dolan. Come look at us as we play some video games.
Like animation? Have some questions about life and the universe you need answered? Come check out Super Planet Dolan. Danger Dolan and I will answer your life questions. Links are down below.